Thank you, Mr. Speaker. After meeting with the Ethics Commissioner today, I have informed the Prime Minister that I am resigning from Cabinet, effective immediately. Furthermore, I will be resigning as a Member of Parliament for Calgary Centre North by the end of 2010. Mr. Speaker, when I entered federal politics in 2001, I made a commitment that my time in politics would last 8 to 10 years. It has now remarkably been 9 years, and it is time for me to pursue new opportunities outside of public life. I have, therefore, today accepted a position with the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce as the Vice Chairman of the bank and as the Senior Executive Vice President of the bank, effective January 1st of 2011. Cette opportunité de carrière.
This career opportunity will allow me to have an impact on Canadian society, but in a different way. The decision to leave is something that is difficult, but I will be expecting and rising to the challenge.
Minister, Mr. Speaker, for the government and my lifelong support of the Conservative Party of Canada, like my commitment to our country, is unwavering. I'm proud of the accomplishment of Prime Minister Harper's government. I'm proud of my contributions as Minister of Indian Affairs, as Minister of Industry, and as the Minister of Environment. I want to extend my sincere thanks to the people of Calgary Centre North for their faith and support of me since 2004, and to all of those who have contributed their efforts to my campaigns. I thank the Prime Minister, in closing, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to have served the people of Canada, to have been in his cabinet. It has been my honour to work with the Prime Minister, with my cabinet colleagues, my caucus colleagues, and indeed, Mr. Speaker, with all members of the House of Commons. Thank you.
Order. À l'ordre.
Order, please.
Honourable Prime Minister is rising on a point of order.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I hope the House will indulge me for just a moment. I just want to say that I first dealt with the Minister of the Environment in 2002 when he was then a candidate for a by-election. He stepped aside in that by-election so that I could become the Member of Parliament for Calgary Southwest and then Leader of the Opposition. Ever since then, Mr. Speaker, it's been one of the most delightful relationships I've had in public life. Of course, the minister was elected as a member for Calgary North Centre in the elections of 2004, 2006, and 2008. He has, in this government, since this government assumed office in 2006, had a number of senior and trusted positions, the portfolios he mentioned, and also, of course, chair of the government's, the Cabinet Committee on Operations, which really has made him the Chief Operating Officer of the Government of Canada. And I just want to say, Mr. Speaker, I know that in all of these functions, he has earned the highest respect, not just of me, of all his colleagues in the government, of all his... colleagues in government, of all his colleagues in Parliament, and of all Canadians who have worked with him or dealt with him in the numerous positions in which he's held. Mr. Speaker, I just want to conclude by wishing him and wishing Karen all of the best in their future endeavours.
The honourable member for Ottawa South is rising on a point of order too.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, on the very same point of order, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to take a few moments on behalf of the official opposition to make some remarks about the Minister of the Environment, the Member of Parliament for Calgary Centre North. I've come to know the Minister over the last several years. We have been occasionally sparring partners. I've gotten to know him and watched his career flourish over almost a decade. First as a Member of Parliament, then as the Minister of Indian Affairs, Minister of Industry, and now the Minister of the Environment. On behalf of the official opposition, we'd like to wish him well, Mr. Speaker. Thank him for his years of service, almost a decade of long hours, tough travel, and demanding assignments. I did have the opportunity to work with him, as I mentioned, but one of the most memorable moments I shall never forget was watching my 17-year-old, 6'5" son put him into the boards during the Liberal-Conservative MP hockey game. It was a particular... It shall be a moment I will always relish, Mr. Speaker. He's been a man of principle. I've come to respect him greatly as a person. I think most of us here, all of us here on this side, most of us, all of us in the House, would like to offer our best wishes, Mr. Speaker, to the Minister of the Environment. Wish him and his family well, and to his wife and daughters. I'm sure they're glad to have him back. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
I think you're going to get more, though. L'honorable député de Rose.
The Honourable Member for Rosemont-La Petite Patrie on a point of order. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My point of order is on the same one, and I too would like to join with colleagues in saluting the Minister of the Environment and tell him that I remember the good times that we shared, even though we didn't have the same vision of the future. We have to recognize that he is a great gentleman in the chamber. And I think that if we can do is wish him all the best in his profession. I remember and recall, it struck me in fact, his love of nature. The Minister of the Environment recognized the Park Nahani. That was one of his greatest accomplishments. And that is thanks to him. And on behalf of all members of the Bloc Québécois, I salute him and I wish him all the best in his future endeavors.
The honourable member for Skeena Bulkley Valley.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'll keep my comments short for my honourable colleague and friend here. I know he's in a rush to start keeping his banker's hours, and that'll slightly shift some of his workday. As the honourable member from Timmins just informed me that apparently the road to cabinet is through Timmins from my honourable colleague's beginnings. We've Like many other colleagues in this place, we share a great respect for our friend. He's, while sometimes disagreed on particular issues, always held himself to a high standard of dignity when representing his government's views on whatever issues. I congratulated him just recently on an important decision that he had to make that I think was positive for all of us. It's often a place where we don't get to address the personal here. The House of Commons can be a difficult place for that. But in this moment, I think it's an expression on behalf of all New Democrats that we wish our colleague the very best of luck in his future endeavors, and that his family warmly welcomes him back from something a little bit more of a regular life. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.